Hello. So, once again, I'm doing a video based on a suggestion by a friend of mine who had some villagers in his base and he wanted a safe way to store them. So I figured I'd come up with a few different ways on just how to do that. So, these are what I came up with. I'm going to turn it on to easy and I'm just going to demonstrate these right away. I'm going to hope for some baby zombies like him. And I'm not getting so lucky this time. There we go. Alright. So you can see that the babies are the biggest killers in my opinion because they're so small. And none of these guys will ever get attacked because they're totally secure. That's save for when these piston designs are open. And there's really not too much to demonstrate here. They're pretty straightforward. In this case I just have a villager with two half slabs. The bottom one, why it's a top slab, so that you can get the XP when you trade. And the top one so you can actually reach them and no zombies will actually get through. The fence post isn't exactly as secure, because I think if a baby gets up there, he might not be okay. And the piston design is more expensive and leaves them exposed when you're using the villager. Same thing goes for with this design. I've just got a piston with a redstone block, and that works really nicely. This one's slightly bigger. I use this on an old world, and it's very reliable. I've seen this put to the test many times. Even when it's open, I don't actually think any babies can get in there. See if I can spawn some in here. Really, I'm hoping for the babies. Huh. Oh, seriously? Alright, I'll just keep spamming these then. And I'll move on to this over here. Now, this is important to show before all of those, because it shows how I got all of them in there. And I'll cut to a clip in a second about how I got the villagers in there. But first off, what I use, and this works in any direction, is this little technique of stringing minecart tracks together, and then you can get a whole bunch in a row. And I think this works for any length too, so you can actually stretch them out really long as you want. And then if you just wrap it back around, it'll connect and they will all be in a nice order. And that's how I have these guys in here. They're all in minecarts with the rails facing, and I'll cut to a clip right now of how I built this one. Alright. So I just wanted to show kind of how I'm getting the villagers in here for the video purposes. And the best way that I think is to get them on a slope and then push the minecart in. This works for creative. If you're in survival mode, you might want to try and do something like this, where if you already have the villager in the cart, see if I can get him in there. Okay. You can just kind of nudge him into place. That's usually what I do, because it's a little bit easier, but just for demonstration purposes, that works too. So yeah, I get back to the video. Now moving on, I have a few more designs. This one's slightly different than the fence post one, where I have a half slab below, and this is to prevent any baby zombies jumping up, and I think that's a pretty solid design. And these two, with the half slabs and the fence posts, are just about equal in my opinion. It's mostly preference whether or not you want to build them, and this is just more villagers in a row with pistons. I didn't stretch these versions out because this doesn't really work in one long line. You can have the piston exposed, but it's just not practical. So I figured I would skip that one. Just gonna spam more eggs here. And yeah, you can see that none of the babies will get through, not even the regular ones, and all of our guys are safe and sound. So there will be a world download with all of this, including the zombies. I'm just kidding, I'll turn this off. And yeah, if you made it this far, thanks for watching. And yeah, and that's it.